Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club.
Hey guys, Dr. US here, and I am here playing Asagao Academy, and I've been looking forward to this very much. So, Chapter 1. So basically the premise of this game, it is, you are this girl named Hannah, you're going to a new school, and you meet the Normal Boots guys and the Hidden Walk guys. The train made its way along the gentle curves of the coast of Japan, whisking me farther and farther from home. Across from me sat a boy, face half buried in a newspaper. He was deeply entranced in whatever article he was reading, and hadn't spoken a single word to me, even when I asked if I could join him in the last compartment with any available space. He shrugged, nodded, and adjusted his newspaper without ever making eye contact. It's been almost an hour. In fact, he hadn't once looked at me. Devoid of conversation, I took instead to counting the buttons on the prestigiously lush carmine seated cushions. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, and so forth, over and over. Now and again I turned to look out the window where the trees were blurring by. Sometimes the smooth green would break and reveal the quiet blue of the sea of Japan. Eventually, the rapidity made my stomach churn, and I went back to counting the buttons on the seat cushion. 1, 2, 3. The train compartment shuttered around us. My eyes wandered the boy in his jacket. It wasn't the school issued blue that I and the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was a green, varsity-like jacket with an embroidered patch poorly sewn on the front. So, you're a first year then? He folded his newspaper neatly, set it in his lap, and looked at me with a half-interested gaze. Did he just catch me staring? Now that the paper was gone, I saw his face. He watched me through heavy-lidded eyes. His hair was immaculately groomed, his teeth straight and blindingly bright. There was something about him. The way the light hit him made him look like he was almost sparkling. Me? He glanced around the compartment, empty besides us, and laughed. Oh. No, I'm not a first year. I'm a third year. The train began slow, metal wheels groaning against metal tracks. Sudden shift threatened to rob me of whatever was left in my stomach, but I dosed my eyes and took a deep breath, willing myself to keep it together. What kind of impression would it leave, puking on a student before I even had arrived at the academy? The boy frowned. I picked at the hem of my cotton skirt. That's not possible. I've never seen you before. It took me a moment to fish mouth and to find a response. It's because I'm a transfer student. He laughed again. A transfer student, huh? We don't get many of those. I removed my acceptance letter from the front pocket of my uniform. The paper, heavyweight, off-white, had accumulated creases from my reading and rereading, as if the words might have changed since the last time I read it. The boy took it, studied it, then handed it back to me.
I'll see you around.
Well then, Hannah, I suppose I'll be seeing you around. He smiled at me and he picked up a suitcase lying next to him. By the time I hiccuped a response, he was already gone from the compartment. I stood out in the empty hallway of the train. Then realized he had gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name, and I never got his. Let me quick drop a save. Return. The train settled at the station and I filed out with the rest of the uniformed students. It was early April, and the last frost of winter had come and gone. The trees were already green, and their leaves shivering in the occasional gust weaving through them. The air was mild, only a few clouds hanging in the sky. I walked along the road, with the swarm of blue jagged bodies, looking at the rollers bringing off the ground. Everyone was buzzing so animatedly around me. I held my suitcase tight in my sweaty hands. It was leather-bound and worth more than anything it contained. It wasn't far to the school, and I was, for maybe the first time in my life, thankful that what I owned didn't amount to much. My school-issued black office grid clicked on the pavement. I walked this walk over and over in my mind. So many nights I I forgot all about the disappointment slouching in the back of my throat. The school, framed by the gate's twisted black metal, was just as beautiful as the glossy photos I saw in its pamphlets. And that was it. Asagao Academy. I glanced around. A swarm of students gathered around the gate. Beyond it, tiny blue people bounced around the Academy's main building. A girl pressed a button to one side of the gate. The excitement in the air was almost palpable. A few moments later, the black gate, with great effort, creaked onwards, outwards, and cleared the pathway. As the rest of the group shifted into motion, I followed along, a sheep in the herd. My stomach tied itself in knots. The crowd split off in different directions for a moment. For a moment, I panicked. Sorry if I say it constantly. I've been having a bit of troubles with this game today, so anything to, keep my progress. So for a moment I panicked. A tired-looking man with graying hair called out for first years. A cluster of fresh-faced students gathered around him. Hey, look at that girl. I turned a few feet away. A small group of boys were pointing at me and snickering. Pink hair? Are you kidding me? How desperate can you get? Hot shame crawled down my neck. I attached myself to a group of girls, following a few steps behind them. In the distance, cicadas hummed, and in time to my shoes crunching against the gravel. My hair. It wasn't my fault that my hair looked like this. Luckily, I found myself at the girls' dormitory, a large sign on the lawn reading Primrose House. The building dwarfed me in size and sheer intimidation. How many students did Asagao have? As I approached the building, a red-headed girl nearby caught my attention. I looked away, then looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over.
Oh, you must be my roommate!
I eyed her warily. She was smiling and bouncing in a way that suggested her views on life were akin to a perpetual bouncy castle.
What?
Me?
Bingo.
Of course you silly. Let me guess. Room 325? I thought back to the paper I had received a month prior with a list of all the supplies I need for the year and my dorm arrangements. Yeah, that's right. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Was she laughing at me? When I found out my roommate was a transfer student, I knew he was going to be a total main character. I'm sorry. What?
Mm-hmm.
When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at the hair. I felt the lump forming in my throat. What was she talking about? She had to be making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on campus and I was already being mocked. My hands began to tremble. Is there something wrong with my hair? Her face slackened from an amused mouth to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again.
Oh, no. It's great, I'm sorry. We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we? Oh, gosh. I'm Mai Sasaki. He must be Hana.
I bowed my head.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, Mai. All your school books are waiting in a room with a welcome letter. I read the envelope. I hope you're not mad. Mai started walking towards the dorm's front doors. I followed behind like a lost puppy. Did you check in at the front desk already? No, I didn't know I was supposed to. Cool. They'll offer a staff member. They'll offer to have a staff member give you a tour of the campus. But I can show you around. We don't get many transfer students in the Oh, but you're only paying. It's the one. I'm glad I brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate our room then. I started already, I hope you don't mind. But I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know? She spoke quickly, with bubbling from her mouth, with no time to answer. walls, like the hallway, were still probably pink. My already faced them with a tapestry of posters, magazine cutouts, and photographs. Some of the photos were of cats, but most were of male models and market musicians. A bunk bed, 2 writing desks with a wooden chair, a small dresser, and a mirrored vanity, all clearly provided by the school. Only one piece of furniture in the tiny room. The top bunk was already covered in a neatly tucked blanket and throw pillows of clashing patterns and colors. The bottom bunk had a single, stiff-looking pillow and a thin cotton blanket that I didn't need to touch to know it was horribly itchy. I must have grimaced because Mike would be smiling at me. I brought way too many pillows and blankets. I always overpack. I went to Italy over break and Mom got really mad at me because I bought 5 bags. But we were only there for a week. She laughed, pulled some blankets and pillows from the bed, and rearranged them neatly in mine. A sudden twinge of guilt and embarrassment hit me. Alright, well, actually, I'm gonna stop the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm enjoying this so far. It seems really fun. But anyways, guys, see you guys later. Bye.